Hello there, brothers and sisters, lovers, haters, boys, girls and vibrations. Welcome back to Castle Christie. We've had a wet morning and we got rained off, but look, nothing beats the open fire. Now, I've just been having a conversation with two lads about fighting, and the Ben Hatchett, Chasa Simmons potential matchup came up, and I thought that'd make an interesting little video, that, on my take on it. First of all, absolutely no disrespect to either men, quite the opposite for that matter. I've got a lot of time, admiration and respect for both of them. I've met Ben in person. He was ever so nice to give us a phone call one day, said he was passing Carlisle, could he get off the train and come and see us for a bit. It was very nice to meet him. We sat down, we had a bit of lunch. A very likeable lad who I like, wholeheartedly I like the lad. And Chasa Simmons, I can say the exact same for him. I wholeheartedly like that man. We first met at the press conference, BKFC London. Then of course we got speaking at the show, BKFC London. It was quite the event. Chasa, things didn't go Chasa's way that night, but he was in with a good puncher, and a rough, tough lad who's on the rise. Right, now back to the potential matchup. You see, this is a fight that I really, really want to see. Because, and I think a lot of people and fight fans can agree with this, there's a personal issue there. And when there's a personal issue there, it always makes for a better fight. It's more interesting. It gets the juices flowing. It's more appetising, It's a mouth-watering affair, isn't it, when you get two people who don't like each other, and they're going to have a showdown. It makes for better viewing, better listening, on the run-up. Now, there's talk of this fight happening. I'm not sure how far they are to getting it over the line, I have no idea. But it's a matchup that I'd really like to see. I even think they could do it privately, pay-per-view. I think they'd pull a few quid. I for one would certainly buy it. Ben has had some criticism, shall we say, for his opponents that he's had in the BKB. Right, now let me tell you something on that. Every man bears a chin. Some different to others, but every man bears a chin. And Ben has dispatched of all four of his opponents, with relative ease, so fair play to him. You can only fight who's in front of you, and Ben does a job of getting them out of there, quick time, so fair play to him. Now, then you've got Chasa Simmons. I really like both of these lads. And you know what's funny? I know in another life, these two lads would get on with each other. I know they would. But, I think we're a long way off a handshake, don't you? But Chasa Simmons, very experienced, ex-pro. He boxed at a very decent level. I liked watching both of the podcasts on James English. Two really good listens. I watched the Chasa one just recently. Chasa Simmons, I think Chasa has more technical ability than Ben, but I think Ben maybe just slightly edges him in power. It's just an opinion, of course. I've got an idea who I think would win this fight, but because of the abundance of respect that I've got for both men, I'm going to keep that to myself. I did mention it to two friends before who I think might just edge it, but, I'm not going to voice that on here, like I say, due to the respect that I've got for both fighters. It's a fight that I really want to see, and it'd be nice if they could put the differences to bed after this. It's a long, historic and ongoing chew that, there's two sort of different sides to. Be good to get both the lads on the podcast, and they're both welcome anytime they want. Get them both on the podcast, and we'll get the story, and we'll get behind. We'll get to the bottom of this chew. But as it stands, it's a fight that I personally really want to see. could do good numbers. It'd be belted if they could get on the BKFC. That would be immense. If not, I think they could do it in a gym, gloved or ungloved. You know, I think they could do it in a gym, and I think they could do serious pay-per-view numbers, you know, especially with the run-up, you know, with the back and forth. YouTube, it's what YouTube's for, isn't it, nowadays, you know? Exchanging malicious videos, you know, and I think the run-up would be exciting. I think the fight would be better. And like I say, I think they'd do some serious numbers. Let us know in the comments what you think of the fight, people. I'm just going to go out for a gym and swim. I'm just going to sit and toast my nuts for a bit longer by this fire. And I'm going to go for a gym, a swim, and maybe do a little mile run. Back sparring in the morning and another big workout tomorrow afternoon. Thanks for listening, people. God bless you all.